After all counts too. What happened yesterday is part of today and tomorrow. We look at the miracles of modern progress in terms of overwhelming industrial facilities. Lose sight of the fact that these are no more than just the tools with which to do a job. If you want the real story of what we're doing today, you've got to look beyond the walls of factories and laboratories to people. People with ideas, skills, and experience. Yes, and something more. Something that is not easy to define, but it's very real. And it started a long way back, in 1869, during the era of Reconstruction. If you remember your history, you'll recall that those were dismal days. It was freely predicted that the nation was headed for disaster.
Lift up thine eyes. Huh? To what, I ask you? Wish I could have stayed in Grant's army. At least a man could eat.
Pessimists whispered that the pioneering was over, and industry would never survive the disruption of the tragic war just ended.
Gone about as far as we can go, and there's no place to turn.
In the Rochester, New York office of Western Union, a young telegraph operator named Enos Barton was impatient with the faulty performance of the telegraph equipment of that day. Young Barton had ideas, secret ambitions, one of which was to buy a partnership in a model shop in Cleveland, Ohio. But there was also a girl, Kitty Richardson, and good reason for holding to a steady job in those uncertain times. But like many men ahead of him, and since, Barton learned that no secret is safe from his fiancée. Before he realized it, he'd confessed his ambition, and Kitty had won his promise that he'd let nothing stand in his way. Then later that evening, at a church meeting,
but I say to you, the frontiers have no limits except those that exist in the mind and spirits of men. There is more need for pioneering today and tomorrow than ever before. Pioneering in thought, pioneering in progress. We've proved we have the courage to follow the flag and offer our lives in the staggering horror of war. Now have we the heart to win the peace? Have we the vision to dream and the strength and faith to make those dreams come true?
Barton answered the challenge. He invested his own savings and all he could borrow in the Cleveland model shop. Here, he helped bring to reality the dreams of many struggling inventors, among them one Professor Elisha Gray. But while Barton was always willing to pour his ingenuity and sweat into promising ideas, his vision and enthusiasm were not always shared by his practical-minded partner.
Are you and that moonstruck professor still tinkering with that thing?
But Mr. Shock, think. A printer telegraph that really works.
Never had so far. I'll stick to the real business of this shop, repairing machinery. If you've got time to waste on fellas like this Gray, well, then there's another crackpot inventor waiting out front. Want to see him, too?
Of course. Who is it?
I don't know, some young fella named Edison.
Yes, it was Thomas A. Edison. But in those days, he was just another telegraph operator with ideas, looking for help to the working model. But when he heard of Professor Gray's latest development, Edison put aside his own project.
Would you like to see it?
Might I? Would it be all right?
Of course. We were just about to try it out. And frankly, I'm a little curious to see whether it works.
Barton, somebody else to see you.
Just a moment, Mr. Shock. Ready when you are. As soon as I connect it up.
That kind of nonsense goes on all the time. You have some invention, too?
No, it's a personal matter. I'll wait till he's disengaged.
You're likely to wait a long time. Why don't you bust right in?
I'll wait.
All right, Professor Gray, we're ready now.
It's working. It's coming through.
This should be a proud moment for you and the professor.
Come with me. I'll show you the transmitter.
Well, gentlemen, you've been very kind, but you have another visitor.
Oh, that's right. Excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Edison, would you like to see how this operates?
Yes, I would.
You see,
This ratchet.
he's gone. I feel like a fool. Hello, what's this? Mrs. Barton and Gray, you and your wives are invited to dine at my home Wednesday evening. Signed, A.S. Very gracious of them, I'm sure, but who's A.S.?
General Stager.
Vice president of the company.
Oh.
Before that dinner was finished, General Stager had decided to join with the professor and young Barton to form a company. A company whose principal assets were imagination and courage and faith. A year later, the firm of Gray and Barton was operating in Chicago. But success didn't come immediately. People resisted change, even progress. But the Chicago fire, tragic and terrible as it was, proved something of a blessing in disguise. It gave Chicago a new birth. And Gray and Barton, whose plant had miraculously escaped and was now known as the Western Electric Manufacturing Company, contributed greatly to the modern city that rose from the ashes. By 1876, Western Electric had grown to considerable importance. A brilliant young inventor, Charles E. Scribner, was now collaborating with Professor Gray on new developments, some of which were beyond the comprehension of even General Stager. One was the harmonic telegraph.
No better than any music box.
General Stager, if we can reproduce the human voice in song, why can't we transmit speech? Instantaneous conversation over a wire.
You can do that?
Not yet, but Professor Gray believes he now has the answer to how to do it.
Talking over a wire? Barton, this is important. It must be protected.
Professor Gray was in Washington at the patent office last month, and he's there again today doing just that very thing. In fact, he should be there at this moment.
Well, why didn't you take care of it long ago?
Perhaps we, like yourself, were a little slow to recognize its full implication.
Only tomorrow's weather. Unsettled, followed by storm.
Barton, we're on the threshold of the greatest development in communication in the history of man. Nothing must be spared to push this.
But just a minute. There's more. A news flash.
The patent office in Washington announces an improvement in telegraphy which will make possible instantaneous transmission of speech by wire. It is claimed this device will permit two-way conversations over distances reckoned in terms of miles. Let me have this. This is writing history. The inventor of this revolutionary instrument is named as Alexander Graham Bell.
Bell?
Alexander Graham Bell won recognition as the inventor of the telephone. But the years of effort by Professor Gray and his associates were not wasted. As the telephone displaced the printer telegraph, the men of Western Electric focused their energies on the broader future. One of these was F.R. Wells, formerly Mr. Barton's secretary, now his assistant. Then, one day in 1881, in the executive offices of the Western Electric Company.
Well, you've tried them both. Which is better? Why, this one by far. You can hear more distinctly, and it's a better job in every way.
Yet actually, they're both Bell instruments, made according to Bell's designs.
The only difference is the one that you prefer was made by Western Electric.
What's that thing?
Just sort of an idea for a quick make-and-break connector. Nothing really important.
Well, this is important. How long will it take you to disconnect it and pack it up?
An hour or less.
Do so, then. We'll catch the afternoon train to Boston.
Boston?
Yes, to Boston. We're going to call on the Bell people.
Ahoy there. Can you hear me?
No need to shout, Mr. Bell. I heard you perfectly, just as you hear my voice.
Gentlemen, I'm glad I happened in this morning. That's demonstration enough for me. If Mr. Hubbard and Mr. Vale are convinced, then I am. Well, for my part, I'm satisfied, and I see no reason why we should not join forces to devise and produce new and finer...
Oh, one moment, gentlemen. Before Mr. Bell's enthusiasm carries us all away, there are some things Mr. Hubbard and I would like to discuss with the General and Mr. Barton.
Yes, dull, practical things, like manufacturing costs and quantity of production.
Of course, I have our figures right here.
Well, in the meantime, perhaps Mr. Scribner would like to see our switchboard.
I would, very much.
Rather impressive, isn't it?
At least that. How many telephones have been installed?
Few over 900.
All this to handle only 900 telephones?
Yes.
But one day you'll have many thousands of subscribers right here in Boston. What then?
That now becomes your problem.
Tomorrow morning.
It's very impressive, Mr. Thayer, but what is it?
Well, this is a new switchboard for the Bell people. It replaces a whole series of boards.
Yes, and it can be operated by one man. The entire thing right from where he sits.
Oh,
More important, it can handle calls just as fast as they come in.
really?
Let me show you. It's really no trick at all.
Oh, never mind.
This fumbling could be quite serious. It means mistakes, wrong numbers, delays. Maybe this board is too compact.
Nothing of the kind. It's simply that your fingers aren't educated to this sort of thing. Let me try. You should have had training with a needle and thread. There. Just as you said. No trick at all.
It's amazing.
Nonsense. Any woman could do as well.
Any woman?
Of course. Is that such a blow to masculine superiority?
Any woman? I wonder.